Guys, welcome back to A Little Less Lisa. This is the channel where I talk all about my health, wellness, fitness, weight loss journey. So if you're new here, I would love if you subscribe to the channel. And this particular video is my weekly check-in video where I tell you how the week went, if I had any non-scale victories, like I said, sort of how things went. I am filming in a different setup if you're wondering why you're seeing a different perspective. And this is the second time I'm filming this because my battery died on my actual vlog camera that I was using. So now I'm back to filming on my phone. So anyway, going to redo this. If you are wondering, I am blonde today. So this crown is also from Chelsea Smith Crowns. I am going to do a dedicated wig/crown video for you all. I've had several requests for that, so I will do one. This one is called Coral Apricot, I think, or just coral maybe. It's the original coral. There's a couple different versions and I have a brunette version as well. But if you are just getting into wearing, alternate hair, I would highly recommend either like the coral or the Angie, or I think there's another one that I'm not thinking of right now. But anyway, they're very, very lightweight, low density, which is more akin to probably the amount of hair that you have on your head. I've worn extensions for years and years and years, so I'm used to having like a lot of hair. So the ones that have more density are fine for me too, but I love this one. And I love the fact that I can be whatever color I want. And I just love this. It's obviously like a blonde, but it's got the apricot is obviously, like you can see, sort of a light pinky peach, just sort of blend in it. I mean, it's obviously, I don't have pink hair, but it just has that like a little bit of that tone. And obviously it's got some, as you can see, darker roots, which, helps because obviously I'm a natural brunette. So anyway, with that being said, let's get into week 27. So loving this cup. Look, first of all, look, hello. Can we all admire the like copper leopard print on this? This is not sponsored, by the way. It's called Frost Buddy. I got it off of Amazon. If I remember, I will link it below, but it keeps your cold, beverages. I mean, it probably works on hot beverages too, but you guys know that I drink protein coffee every single day. And this has kept it because I generally kind of sip on it for like a couple of hours and it gets watered down and then it's just not as good. And this, when I finished my coffee yesterday over a couple of hours, all of the ice cubes were still completely intact. It did not water down at all. Absolutely love it. Best $40, I think it was like $39.99. Best $40 I ever spent. Well, not ever spent, but you know what I mean. Anyway, fantastic. Like I said, not sponsored, but I'll have a link below if I remember. So again, for those of you who are new, I have lost about 50 pounds over the last 25-ish weeks. If you missed my 6-month recap, which goes, starts on day 0 and goes through the end of essentially 6 months, I will link that in the cards up above here. You can go back and watch that when you're done with this video. But, I go through each month. Now, I have lost my weight through diet, exercise, and the help of a GLP-1 medication. Specifically, at the moment, I take compounded tirzepatide. I can do a whole nother video on what I plan to do now that compounded tirzepatide has been removed from the FDA shortage list. I haven't really figured that out yet, but once I do, I will let you know. At the moment, I am still on compounded tirzepatide. I plan on being on it for probably at least several months to come because I have some in back stock, and so I will be fine for a while. I don't have to make any like drastic changes or decisions right now. And frankly, if we all want to be honest, it's going to be back on the shortage list probably. So people will be able to compound it again because everybody who's on compounded tirzepatide, if they then try to move to the name brand version, if they don't, for example, want to move to compounded semaglutide, and now they're all going to try to be getting the Zepbound or Mounjaro, it's going to put it back on the shortage list because there's no way that Eli Lilly can keep up, because there are hundreds of thousands of people who take compound tirzepatide. And if even a fraction of them, like I said, move over and writing 70,000 or 100,000 scripts per week, new prescriptions per week for this medication, yeah, they're not gonna be able to keep up. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So that is how I have lost my weight. And if you missed my check-in video from last week where I was talking about the fact that I am 100% in maintenance now, I have decided to just tell you whether I am within my goal range. So whether I go under it, whether I'm within it, or whether I'm going over it. I'm really not focusing on my precise weight anymore. I got on the scale, 2 days ago, I guess. And at the end of my week, and it was within my range. Great. Got off the scale, didn't honestly care. So that is the answer, I guess, for this week, is I am within my goal range. So that's what you're going to get kind of from now on. Like I said, I will let you know if for some reason I lose a bunch of weight and I am under that range, or whether I gain a little bit of weight and I'm over it. I will let you know that too. But for this week, I was within the range, and that's where I hope to keep it. But things happen and we'll see. So, with holidays coming up and whatever, and yeah, you never know. So that is how at least the weight went this week. Tracking wise, I did not track my food at all this week. And honestly, there was no trepidation or anxiety about not tracking at all. It was so freeing. Like in fact, the other day, I was getting some cashews and I thought, oh, I should get the scale and weigh. And I was like, no, just, about what a serving size is. You've weighed and measured these multiple times over the last month. And so, I filled the little snacky bowl thing that I use to about what I thought it had been when I was weighing them in the past. Could have been a little bit more, could have been a little bit less. I don't know. And I don't care, right? I stayed within my maintenance range, and that is all I care about. So was very, very happy with the fact, like I said, that I didn't track this week and that it didn't send me into like an anxiety state. So that was great. As far as working out this week, I believe, again, I'm not like tracking it, but I think I worked out 3 times this week. I know I did one Pilates class, and I know I did a leg day, and I know I did an arm day. If I did a second arm day, I don't recall, but I worked out at least 3 times this past week, so that's great. I do have a DEXA scan coming up in a couple of weeks, so I look forward to sharing those results with you, and I'm excited about it to see how my progress has been, and hopefully we'll have gained some lean muscle mass and lost some additional fat percentages. So anyway, more to come on that. I also really didn't, I focused on protein, but again, since I wasn't tracking, I can't tell you exactly where I was protein wise. Obviously I always have my protein coffee. I did a couple days this week have my clear protein, but again, wasn't really super focused on it, wasn't tracking my water, but again, I'm pretty used to what I drink as far as my water is concerned, so I think I was pretty much on track there. And like I said, as long as my weight is within that range, my maintenance range, I'm good. So probably the biggest non-scale victory that I want to talk about this week is kind of a personal one. So my husband and I, let's see, this is 2024, so probably in 2020 maybe, talked about renewing our vows. So kind of getting remarried, if you want to call it that. And at the time we made that decision, I was on a weight loss journey at that time. I was perimenopause, so I was losing slowly, but I was doing Weight Watchers and whatever. And I was like, yeah, that would be great. And I was looking forward to it. Well, then of course, COVID hit, and obviously we didn't really know when we'd be able to do it. And then I started gaining the weight back. And it's been interesting. Before I started on this journey, Hannah had mentioned it, I think, one time. If you don't know who Hannah is, she's one of our twins. We have boy-girl twins. Obviously, she's the girl. And she's asked a couple times, I guess over the last couple of years, like, are you guys still doing that? What happened to that? Because we had talked to them about it, and she was excited about, maybe going dress shopping with me. And, when she's asked the last couple of times, I've just said, oh, you know what, I don't think we're doing that anymore. That was sort of something we talked about, but yeah, anyway. So probably about 6 maybe weeks ago, a month ago, David and I, my husband, were walking. We were, I think, just walking in Central Park, or we were at a street fair. I don't remember. And I said to him, hey, I would like to get a new ring because this ring is huge. Now, just as an FYI, this ring is actually, and it's turning on me because it's super big, is cubic zirconia. Because my actual engagement ring, and please know that I'm not trying to throw my husband under the bus, but we had sent it to my sister-in-law because she is she's GIA certified. And to have it appraised, this was years ago, by the way, but years ago, I think if this was like 2018, probably 2019. And we sent it to her so that she could appraise it because we were going to be moving into a new house and we wanted to update our insurance. And anyway, and she had sent it back to him with the appraisal, and he had it in like a little baggie in his pants pocket. And somehow between his office and coming home, he lost my ring. He was obviously devastated, and obviously we had just gotten insurance on it, and he's like, we'll get you a new one. And we started to look, and I was like, you know what, honestly, I don't really care. Like I said, we were building this new house. I'm like, we can use the money a different way. Just file the insurance on it and I'll get this. So since then, they've developed amazing lab-grown diamonds. If you're not familiar with lab-grown diamonds, they are actual genuine diamonds, but instead of being grown in the earth over millions of years, and becoming an environmental issue, and all the negative things that go along with mining diamonds that are grown in the earth, they are grown in a lab. They have all of the same physical, chemical, whatever you want to call it, properties, and they are a fraction of the price. Now, don't get me wrong, they are not cheap. They are certainly, it's not like this. It's not like buying a cubic zirconia or whatever for, $200 or $300, whatever. They are still thousands of dollars, but they are, probably a tenth of what a natural diamond is. And so I said to him, I would really like to get a new ring because this one, frankly, if I shake my hand, it's literally going to come off my finger. And yeah, and I just sort of thought it was time. So he was like, absolutely. And, obviously we've got the Diamond District here in New York, which sells both the natural and lab-grown diamonds. So we have a ton of places to choose from. Plus there's like a bazillion different online opportunities to buy. And then as a result of that, he brought up the renewing our vows thing. He's like, I would still really love to do that. And he had actually talked to a friend of ours who was actually our real estate attorney when we closed on our property here in New York, and about maybe, doing the ceremony for us. And he's like, I would really like to do that. And I was like, absolutely. And I realized I put off and basically never brought this renewal ceremony up again because I had gained weight. And the thought of taking pictures and the thought of going dress shopping in the bigger body that I was in was horrifying to me. Now I realize that, again, you should be happy that you're in the body that you're in. And like I said, I get the whole, beautiful at any size and whatever, but I'm sorry. And you're going to see a video about this coming up soon because I've already filmed it. I wasn't happy in that body. And that's okay for me not to be happy in that body. I'm happy in the body I'm in now. And so I am thrilled. Like, I am so excited to go dress shopping. So that is my huge non-scale victory for this week, is the fact that we are going to do a renewal ceremony. I think we're going to wait probably until after the first of the year, in January, because our oldest daughter will have moved to New York as well. So at least we'll have 3 of our 4 kids here. Unfortunately, our son will be in busy season for tax season starting then. So I don't know that we'll be able to have him with us, but maybe he can join us like through Zoom or FaceTime or something. I don't really think that I want to have like any friends there. I think I really just want it to be family. I don't know if we'll like go somewhere to do it, like as in some venue here. I don't know, but yeah, I'm super excited. I told David, now that we live here, I have to go to the Say Yes to the Dress place, which the name of is escaping me at the moment. I can't think of the Kleinfelds. There we go. So I feel like I just have to go there because we live here, and just that would be fun. And it's an amazing dress shop. Obviously, I'm not planning on spending a whole bunch of money on a dress that literally I am going to wear one time. But yeah, like I said, I think it'll be fun. And I know Hannah's like looking forward to coming shopping with me. And yeah, I just think it'll be fun. And I'm excited. Does it make me sad that I sort of subconsciously and maybe consciously took this off the table because I was not happy in my body and wasn't happy with what I saw in the mirror? Yes, it makes me sad, but I can't do anything about that now. And all I can say is that I'm happy with what I see in the mirror now. So I am thrilled to be able to do it. And, maybe we'll share some pictures on here when we actually do it. But yeah, that is my big non-scale victory for this week. So that is it, my friends. I think that is the recap for week 27. If you are contemplating going on a GLP-1 journey and you are looking for a telehealth provider, I had somebody actually recently in my comments, I think it was last week, who was talking about that they were thinking about going telehealth because their own physician was not very supportive and was not willing to write them a prescription. And, she asked how I felt about Friday's health and all of that. And I am an advocate for them. So I absolutely love them. And you guys know, I use the fitness app, which they have a partnership with. So I get a free workout app. They've got nutrition counseling. They now have one-on-one nutrition counseling in addition to the group counseling sessions. They have mental health coaching sessions, which I love. They really look at their patients from a holistic perspective, not just from a medication perspective. And especially with tirzepatide coming off of the FDA shortage list, Friday's Health is one of the only telehealth companies left that are still helping and have an insurance concierge team that will help try to get your name brand medication approved through your insurance and working through appeals if that needs to happen. But, going through that prior authorization or PA process can be very cumbersome, which is why a lot of physicians don't want to get into this because it is a lot of work and, they frankly may not have the staff in their office to handle it. But Fridays has, like I said, a dedicated team. So if you are interested, I believe you can still save the $20 per month for the first 3 months. And it's just a one price. There's no membership fee. All doses are the same price. And they've got fantastic pricing on semaglutide, or like I said, they can help you with the insurance process, and then they can issue you prescriptions for name brand drugs that you would, just take to your local pharmacy and get filled there. So if you are interested, the code is Lisa. There is always a link in the description box below, so check that out there if you are interested. But like I said, with that, I think that is my recap for week 27. If you enjoyed it, I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up. It does help push my video out to others that are interested in this topic, so I really appreciate that. And like I said, if this is content that you enjoy, I would love it if you would join me here. Click the subscribe button and the notification bell below so you know when I upload videos. If you have not had enough of me yet, you want to keep watching, there'll be another video over here in the corner for you to watch. And remember, kindness and hate spread the same. The choice is yours. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.